Hello guys, Croft is here. In this video we'll discuss in depth all 9 new alien creatures that we'll see in the latest Alien Earth series. There are some strong clues that at least one of these specimens could come from the Engineer planet, aka Planet 4, featured in Alien Covenant, indicating that we'll revisit the Engineer storyline. The main premise of the Earth series is that a Weyland ship returns from space carrying 5 extremely dangerous life forms collected from the darkest corners of the universe. However, one of the clips states that they're all gathered from different planets, and this will be a major reveal in the show when we find out what these locations actually are.
Collected specimens from distant planets.
And there's no way one of these locations is not Planet 4, filled with various alien plants. The first life form is the ocellus, an octopus-like creature that invades the human brain. This is the creature we know about the most so far, as a detailed description of it was shown on a computer screen, and here's what it says. It can grow or retract at will. The tentacles carry extraordinary strength, and they're built to climb into and dislodge the eyes of other living organisms. Once replaced in the eye socket, the ocellus takes over the ocular pathway to the brain, overriding the neurotransmissions throughout the body. More study needed to gauge inherent intelligence, though the ocellus has shown remarkable problem-solving skills at a near-human measure. Interestingly, the ocellus has exactly 7 tentacles, just like the trilobite from Prometheus. While it may look a bit goofy at first glance, the concept behind it is truly terrifying. The creature replaces the host's eye and takes full control of their body and mind. It's still unclear whether the host remains conscious or aware of being controlled, and it's intriguing to consider what the creature's ultimate goal might be. The second confirmed creature is a dangerous plant, likely collected from the Engineer's planet. Not only Weyland knows about Planet 4 from David's transmission, but there is also an official short film where the company arrives to that planet and collects various life forms to study. In the trailer, we see the petals of the plant open up, potentially trying to attack a nearby person. As we know from Alien Covenant, David dropped thousands of black goo ampules on the Engineer's planet. As a result, the local fauna mutated and became extremely aggressive, which led to the emergence of egg sacs that, after infecting a host, gave rise to the neomorphs. So we might witness another xenomorph variant emerging from infected humans exposed to this plant in the container. Also, besides David documenting the aggressive local fauna in his sketches, there were many concept artworks for Alien Covenant that never made it into the film. And we might finally see some of those designs brought to life in Alien Earth, especially since the plant glimpsed in the trailer resembles some of those concepts and David's drawings. The third new species is the unknown insectoid creature shown in one of the teasers. We're shown a POV shot of a creature flying through the ship. However, if we examine the footage frame by frame, we can notice that the creature has some unmistakable insectoid characteristics. It has insect-like legs and other ant-like features, but most importantly, it does not resemble a facehugger or a xenomorph. Therefore, it's likely one of the mutated insects from Planet 4 or another location. The gestation clip also likely shows this exact creature, as the organism that emerges from the cocoon has insect-like features and does not resemble a xenomorph, since xenomorphs usually emerge fully formed as shown in Alien Romulus. And in another clip we see what appears to be the same insectoid inside one of the crates. The fourth, potentially new species is the scorpion shown at the beginning of the full trailer. Facehuggers have always been terrifying due to their insect-like features, tapping into one of humanity's innate fears, insects and spiders. The scorpion we see at the start could be one of the 5 collected species of alien origin. It's unlikely that the scorpion is just a random lab specimen, since it's shown right at the start of the trailer, suggesting that it will play a major role in the story. There has also been a toy line of scorpion-themed facehuggers, so this scorpion might be connected to those concepts. The fifth and probably the most interesting species in the trailer is a pair of alien eggs. This is really exciting because the series will have to explain where these eggs came from, which will likely lead us back to the Engineer's planet or their another location. Despite 7 Alien films, the true origin of the alien eggs or ovomorphs is still a mystery. The only time the eggs were discovered was in Alien of 1979 inside the space jockey's ship. The eggs shown in the Alien Earth trailer look extremely similar to the ones from LV-426, even though they appear to be smaller. Another potential location where the eggs in the trailer were discovered is the Engineer's Planet, aka Planet 4. Even though David created his own alien eggs, the Alien Covenant novelization mentions that he discovered a fossilized ancient egg that he studied and used as blueprint to create his own ovomorphs. This fossilized egg even appears in the film, so the Planet 4 remains an extremely likely source of the eggs in the trailer, again tying the narrative back to the Engineer's storyline. The 6th new creature is a new facehugger, which appears only for a split second in the trailer. We can see that it's a different variant with a red coloring that we haven't seen in any previous films. Facehuggers' colors can vary, but they usually follow a consistent pattern. Light beige or yellow immediately after emerging from the egg, and sometimes darkening with age due to skin oxidation. But this one has distinct red markings, hinting at a possible mutation or entirely new strain. Since this is a new facehugger variant, we will likely see a new type of xenomorph. If we closely examine the xenomorph shots in the trailer, it appears slightly different from those we've seen before. It's actually a bit smaller and has a slightly different head and mouth, suggesting that it could be a different breed or variant. But even more intriguing is the possibility that we may see a Yautja in the series. In the trailer, the ship crash landing on Earth looks suspiciously familiar to a Predator ship, though this might just be a coincidence. What's even more telling is that we can clearly hear the unmistakable Yautja clicking sound in the trailer.
Predatory.
Possibly just an Easter egg, or maybe one of the creatures came from Yautja Prime. However, in the trailer for the new Predator movie, Predator Badlands, one of the main characters is a Weyland synthetic, directly connecting Alien and Predator franchise. So it's not that unthinkable that Alien Earth might include a Predator reference or even a direct crossover. The last and probably the strangest new creature introduced in Alien Earth is the Hybrid, who is the main protagonist of the show. From what we know so far, the Hybrid is a synthetic body containing a human consciousness. At the start of the trailer, we see Wendy, a terminally ill young girl whose mind is transferred into a synthetic body. The expanded Alien universe has always played with the concept of artificial beings. In Blade Runner, which is actually connected to Alien canon, Tyrell Corporation creates replicants, bioengineered beings with implanted human memories. Then there is Weyland Corporation, which developed synthetic androids like David and Walter with fully autonomous AI consciousness. Now in Alien Earth we have Prodigy Corporation that developed a new type, the Hybrid, where human consciousness is preserved and transferred into a synthetic shell. Wendy's mentor, Kirsch, also looks oddly similar to Roy Betty, possibly indicating that he is actually a replicant, further connecting Alien to Blade Runner. In the trailer we see Wendy die and then her mind is transferred to her new synthetic body. The company is trying to preserve her consciousness because she seems to have a special connection to xenomorphs. In the trailer she draws a picture of a xenomorph-like figure with red eyes that she likely saw in a dream. In Alien comics about Earth invasion, there's also cases of people having nightmares about red-eyed xenomorphs, so this idea seems to be carried over into the series. Prodigy wants to control the xenomorphs through Wendy, which is why they preserved her mind in a body that technically they own, setting up a huge conflict later in the series, as Wendy's mind is hers, but the synthetic body belongs to the greedy corporation. Wendy's character also mirrors Cassandra from Alien Dark Descent, who could telepathically communicate with the xenomorph hive. In the game, a cult imprisons her to exploit her psychic link to the xenomorphs, much like what Prodigy might be doing in Alien Earth. Thank you guys for watching. What are your thoughts on the upcoming series, and what other creatures do you think we'll see in Alien Earth? Leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to join the Patreon for extra support. Also, like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel for more content. My name is Croft and I'll see you in the next video.